everyone. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are around the world. Hey, guys, I come to you this morning to share the second part of the game of Monopoly. And I'm going to try to stick to my notes today, guys, because I want to share with each and every one of you that, oh, here we are. I thought I got disconnected. I just want to share with every one of you this teaching that I learned, and it's really off the charts, guys. I was like blown away by. I was thinking about it all night, how I'm going to bring you guys the second part of this. But here we go. All right, so the game of Monopoly is like the game of Monopoly in life. You know, my goal is to help people get results, right? If you're share a product or service, right, and you get people involved, guys, if they don't have results, they're not going to stick around. Okay, just like this. Let's say you want to make a meal. Okay, you make a meal for your husband or your family. You're doing that, right, because you help them. If a baby cries, right, you change their diaper. Why? You're helping them, right? You're focused on helping them. Same thing, right? When you start a business, right? Or you share products, you need to help people to get results. I always say this, always start with yourself. Before you share anything with the world, right? Make sure you're using the product. Because if you are not using the product, guys, you know what? That's going to come across very transparent. Myself personally, everything in my house is eco-sense. I mean, from my skincare to my hairspray, right? My laundry soap. I love the laundry soap. I don't know how many of you out there know anything about, laundry soap. I'm sure you all use it, but we use 1/3 of a capful. Well, listen, that's why I talked to you about playing the game because one, right? If you're not that piece, right? When we play Monopoly, what's the first thing we do? We open up the board, right? Second thing we do, we pick our piece, right? What piece are you? Me, I like the shoe. I always thought of the shoe because I always think, I always stick a needle in my own eye before I do anybody else's. So I picked the shoe because sometimes that shoe needed to kick me in the butt to make me realize this principle. So the second thing you do, right, is you pick you pick your piece. First you open the board, then you pick your piece. The third thing you do is you roll the dice. After that, you move to the spots, right? Anybody relate with this game? Well, we all know, right, when the beginning of the game starts, we get $1,500, right? We got to go around the board one time, right, to collect $200. And then we can start buying properties. Well, let's go back to the scenario of the people. Category one, right? The first type of person. I don't want to play the game. Okay. Second one. I want to play the game, but I want to try this. Oh, why do I got to go around the board? Oh, why do I got to pick up that community chest and why can it send me to jail? What's the purpose of buying property? They ask a lot of questions. The third type of person is the person you say, you want to play the game? And they're like, yeah, I want to play this game, Wanda. I want to play this game to win. Well, guys, that's the kind of people you're looking for, right? You want to play with the people that want to play the game and master the skills necessary to be successful. The object of the game the second time you go around is to buy property. Why? Because it's an asset in life, guys, right? If you own a home, that's your asset, right? So my point is, guys, is when you get people looking at your product or your service, don't go out there and load them with all kinds of information. Because what happens when people get all kinds of information? They get on overload. They quit. They get frustrated. Show people exactly what to do all the time. No matter what product or service that you recommend out there, use the same kind of analogy to make people understand. Guys, have you ever read the instructions on Monopoly? You ever played a card game with a bunch of friends sitting around a table, right? Maybe drinking a few beers, and you start playing the game, and one's really interested, and one's just sitting there, hey, it's your turn. They're not paying attention. Well, they're not really interested in what you have. And that's okay. If you show somebody something, right, that they're not interested in, your product or service, that's cool. At least you reached out to them and ask them if they're willing to look into your product and service, and you're not out there begging people, guys, okay? So remember, you're playing the game, right? You're not playing with number one, because they don't want to play the game. Number two, the people that want to try, guys, if you want to try, just try something in life. Don't do it. Why? Because when you try, what if you find mistakes, you know what? You're going to be like, this don't work, or you're blaming the company. Let me get you this one. This is a good one. Two people can have the same product. One fails and one succeeds. Why? Because one didn't follow the instructions like the game. So just realize this, guys, that first you have to open up the board. You have to pick your piece, right? You got to roll your dice, and you got to move around the board, just like life, guys. If we stopped right now, giving up on our dreams or our visions or our businesses that help us propel us, right, to the next level, to help us acquire assets, right? A nice car, a nice house, right? Clothes, whatever, right, guys? We have to have a plan of action, and it's just like the game of life every day. If you think you can't, you won't. If you think you can, you will. So go out there, share your product and service. It's persistence, it's consistent. And listen, this morning, guys, our call, as always, at 1712-432-0900. Access code 565762. And you'll see that posted on my call. I invite you. And if you're working, guys, I get you. I work too, right? I work a job too. Sometimes, right? Because you know what? When you start this online business, right? Or any product or service you market to the marketplace, you know what? You're not going to have success overnight. It takes time. Like I like to use this analogy. It's like a train on a railroad track, right? And until that train gets up to that steam, the locomotive gets going, that's when your business gets going, guys. Okay? So it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, right? It doesn't happen overnight. So remember that. There's no get rich quick, right? No get rich quick, guys. Honest day's work for honest day's pay. That's it, just like my grandfather used to teach me, Eugene Betancourt, hardest working man I ever knew, right? And he taught me that a hard day's work deserves a hard, honest day's pay, right? So if you do the right thing, you get right results. So, guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I hope this just helped one person, because I know when I watched this, guys, I got so fired up because I'm like, whoa, that's why people are getting overwhelmed, because you're throwing too much stuff at them. And people can't handle that. They need to take it one step at a time. So remember, the only people you want to play the game with is number 3, people that want to play the game. And the other ones that don't, love them, appreciate them, right? You did your job. You reached out to them. If you reach out to somebody and they're not interested, don't take it personal. It's cool, right? It's cool. Love them anyway, right? They're going to watch you. They're going to see you grow. And listen, when you share products of value, products and services of value that change your life, it comes out. It comes out. So I love you. As always, do something good for somebody else in the space of knowing they can't repay you, guys. And I love you. Have a blessed day.